You know this number, right? 99% of all traders are losing money. And I see that they always make the same mistakes. I will give you some very simple rules that you can follow, and with that, you can become financially free, you can live from that, you can create a side income from day trading, whatever is up to you. These are the results. You will learn how to trade, and today the portfolio gained, as you can see here, almost 15% just in one day. 1 year performance, 76,000% in gain in the portfolio. So let's talk about those rules. So in this video, I will show you how to trade without using charts, and these are the results. So you will learn how to trade, and today the portfolio gained, as you can see here, almost 15% just in one day. Then if we go here into the Interactive Brokers app and see the 1 week performance, you see about 8%. Months to date is 64%. Year to date, it's even a little bit more crazy, which is 1,500%. 1 year performance, 76,000% in gain in the portfolio. Okay, so if you don't know who I am, I'm the most watched stock market YouTuber from the Middle East. My name is Danny, and I grew my YouTube when I was speaking about Tesla stock, when this was a $20 billion company. Let us just quickly check. Tesla is now, as of today, $812 billion company, okay? I grew from that. I personally reached financial freedom from that. But around 2022, I turned totally my focus into day trading. I live from day trading. If you want to know lots of rules, because I constantly improving my day trading strategies, and also I totally changed my trading in the last couple of weeks and months, and the results are absolutely insane. Okay, so I will give you a couple of rules, because 99%, you know this number, right? 99% of all traders are losing money. And I see that they always make the same mistakes. And I will give you some very simple rules that you can follow, and actually are very easy to follow. And with that, you can become financially free, you can live from that, you can create a side income from day trading, whatever is up to you. So watch this video. This video is absolutely for free. Same like my brand new day trading school. Link into the description. I'm sharing daily market insights. I teach about day trading completely for free. If you want to receive all my trades all automatically into your broker, then I recommend the second link into the description, or x10daytrading.com, where you can schedule a call with my team, and there you can get access to my paid group, where we are absolutely crushing it, 15% on average per month. That's the goal, and we are hitting those goals every month or more, sometimes a little bit less, but the results are absolutely insane, and it's totally made for you. So opening a trade, closing a trade is all transmitted to your broker, all automatically with our own software. Insane. So let's talk about those rules. I shared this in my group, and the number one point or rule is trade less. I see a lot of traders that are actually trading way too much. So imagine the following. Imagine you have a gun, or you know how Warren Buffett nicely put it like a scratch card, where you have like 3 opportunities. Imagine you have the 3 opportunities within each week. Now you would be very careful in which strikes you use for which trades, because you want to be profitable at the end of the day. So in the end of the week, you have 3 shots. So I believe to think it in this way, you can really improve your trading by trading much less. Because I'm looking into a trade and I say, is this a very high quality, very high conviction trade? If it's a maybe, it's a no. Okay, so this is the most important. Then I also want to make sure that I don't trade those poor opportunities, because once you enter those and you lose, this impact your next trade. So just focus on very, very high quality trades. It's okay to not trade. Sometimes the best trade is no trade at all. And sometimes you just keep on searching until you find one. And there's always news coming out every single day on the stock market that can impact the market or specific stocks that you can trade on. So don't rush and trade less. Point number 2, have a trade of a day mentality. This helped me a lot because this is really giving you a roadmap to trading less. For example, if you think, okay, in the preparation of the day, I have only one trade that I can make, and you will prepare for this trade very, very, very carefully. From all of the opportunities out there before the market opens, you choose where you have the most conviction on, okay? That you call the trade of the day. And this trade, and only this trade, you trade because this will help you to make less trades in the first place. So make sure to have this mentality. What is my trade of the day? Why it's my trade of the day? And only trade the trade of a day. Number 3, news is everything. Let's imagine the following. Imagine you have the best technical pattern on Apple, okay? And it's the, 3 times squeezed bull, sheep, flag, triple bottom, whatever, okay? And then you actually hear about the following news. Apple comes out, breaking news, we will lose 50% of the revenue on Apple iPhones. What happens to the stock? Will it follow the technical pattern or will it follow the news? It will follow the news, because news will be so impactful that actually will move the stock 50% down, 30% down in case of such a big news, right? So I'm always looking out in the very beginning of the day about those news and what industries or stocks can impact. And sometimes I'm catching myself seeing a news, the stock is up 3% pre-market. I'm getting directly in the first 5 minutes, and the trade goes up 50% in 5 minutes. These are the most beautiful trades. You have a catalyst, you have a couple of days of expiry, and you have also the power of the market dragging the stock in a certain direction. And I think that this is very, very powerful. So news is everything. Have a very, very high risk reward ratio. What does it mean? You maybe heard about scalping. Scalping is something that you get into a trade for a technical pattern. You try to get 10% out, 20% out, and 30% out, and you trim on the way or you sell, okay? The problem with that is some trades doesn't work out. And the amount of time that you have for a move to be confirmed is sometimes just hours or minutes. So sometimes it goes against you. And what is the stop loss? Minus 50, minus 30. You get, touched on your stop loss, then it goes other direction. So I always say the following. With every shot you take, expect that you will lose completely the whole value of the option. Because then you can say, okay, I'm risking 2% of my portfolio, but if it's going right over the next 5 days, because we're taking options that expire in a couple of days, it can double, triple, or 5x, right? So the opportunity in losing is maximum 100% of the money that you put into the stock option, but 500% on the upside in the next couple of days. And then you have the news, and the news pushes the stock into your direction, and you benefit from the option that goes into your direction or into the money or far, above into the money. And there you have the 500% gainer, right? You obviously don't have to sell there, but you have to have this high risk reward ratio in the first place to make sure it's worth to get into this kind of trades. So all options can go to zero. That's a very important realization, right? You had options that went to zero before. And once you stick and create this kind of losing it all mentality, by selecting how much of the portfolio you are able to lose. Let's say you have $10,000, okay? And you use $200 each trade, so 2%. Well, if you lose 2%, that's fine. But you can gain if it's 5x, 10%, right? Or 8%, right? So that's the beauty about the risk reward, and also expecting zero, because on the stock market, anything can happen. You can have 5 positions, you hold them overnight, and there's a big news coming and everything goes to zero. It happens, okay? It happens. Big news overnight, everything goes to zero. And if you have 5 trades, each 2% of the whole portfolio, that's 10%. Okay, this we can make back next week. But if you are putting too much money and not expecting zero, because you say, oh, I'm risking only 25%. Yeah, but you're holding overnight, or there's like a flash crash or anything like that, your money is gone and you will lose too much. So always expect that your position will and can go to zero, and adjust your risk from the portfolio accordingly. Number 6, there's no gut pattern, there's no gut trader, there's nothing that can indicate you straight to the win side. Okay, so charts are actually a thing of a past, because it shows you only what happens into the past, and it gives you a glimpse of what can happen into the future. But if the news is coming, then forget about the chart. So I mostly use charts only to see which level must be overcome to reach the next levels. But you can use also just like order flow and see where the orders are put to be overcome certain numbers, right? So you don't even have to look into the charts. I don't look into the charts to make trades. I look into the option price. I look into the catalyst, the news, and I see, okay, in the 5 days that the option is still worth X amount, the premium, can it go double, triple, 5 times, because it goes over the strike price that certain way, right? So I think this is so important, that there's no one indicator in trading view that you put on and you will become millionaire. Something like this doesn't exist. So would love to hear what you think, and make sure you subscribe. Check out also the 2 links in the description for free, as well as the paid autopilot group. So check it out, and let's go to number 7. I will read this out loud, okay? Forget about charts, learn premium. If Tesla is at 230 and moved $10 today, then there is a call 240 strike with 4 days left in expiry for $2, okay? So it's 10% out of the money. This is a pretty good deal. If the stock is 250 by Friday, your option will be worth 10. So from 2 to 10. That's a great risk-reward ratio. In the days between, it can go to 2.5, 3, or 4%, and you can sell before. So I think before you learning charts, learn premiums, okay? If a certain number is possible, then I think that you should look into the premiums, look into the history of the stock that you are following, use ChatGPT or Grok, even better, on X, and ask him like how much, or feed them data, historical data from Yahoo Finance. You can export that actually and give it to ChatGPT and ask them like, what is the average move over the last 5 years for an NVIDIA? And then it says, oh, NVIDIA usually moves 2%. So you calculate, okay, 2% of 140 would be this amount, right? So actually, NVIDIA, for example, moves $3 each way every day, right? So you can say, okay, if the news are good, can NVIDIA have 2-3 good days and reach a certain strike? And then you make the profit from the premium multiplying, reaching the premium that it's the premium actually worth of the stock option. I think this is something to learn, rather chart patterns in the first place. That's also a good one. Sometimes the stock market is slow. Expect every news hit immediately and reflect in the stock. Don't expect every news hit immediately and reflect into the stock. So why the stock market is slow? Because the stock market is a market where there's thousands of millions of participants. Okay, I'm really meaning like billions of people are trading the stock market every single day worldwide. There's a news, okay, about Nvidia or Tesla or earnings, right? So the earnings or the news comes out, algorithms automatically trading this. Then people, traders, hedge funds seeing this, then they are trading that. Then there's retail people over the next couple of hours, they see that. There's people that, from time to time are looking into the stock market and seeing it next day. Then there's analysts that make downgrades or upgrades according to the news yesterday. So as you can see, a news can impact a stock for many, 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 many days. So don't think because a stock went up 3% on news that it cannot go to 7. I have seen jumping on news 1%, then going -1, and then going to 7, right? In option plays, that's like 500% within like half an hour. So news or the stock market reacts on news, but it's slow. Number 9, if it's a maybe, it's a no. So just another, very, very important part, don't trade mediocre trades, okay? If it's a maybe, if you think like, I have nothing to trade, this looks kind of good. If it's a maybe, it's a no. Trade less. Number 10, if you're already in profits, you can use these profits for your itchy fingers. Let's say you make $1,000 today. You can take $200 and you still want to trade something and put it into something very high quality trade, okay? You can say that's it for the day, which I prefer. Or you say, well, this looks great, so let's put $200. If you lose that $200, you still have $800, right? So you don't stress. But if you are using this kind of profits only, it will relax you, okay? You will be totally cooled down, even if you are wrong, but you can satisfy your itchy fingers. We all have itchy fingers in trading. You will want to trade every day like 10, 20 trades because the market is just like giving you information and opportunities, and you think it's opportunity, but it's not, and it doesn't move your way, and you revenge trade and like forget all of that, okay? Focus on the very high quality, extreme high conviction trades. Trade less. Use profits for the itchy fingers. Trade less. If it's a maybe, it's a no. Number 11, make sure to really learn a couple of stocks, how they move, okay? Tesla moves a certain way. Nvidia moves a certain way. The SPY looks and moves a certain way. So once you learn that, take like 3 stocks that you really observe that you like, and really understand how they move, okay? Which numbers, when Tesla hits 220 or 200, that's a good bounce off area. We know that, right? Like even numbers are always great, 100, 200, 500, whatever it is for your stock, but learn the stock. Really learn and trade only 3 tickers if you have to. If you have to learn the stocks, trade 3 tickers. Like that's totally okay. You don't have to, trade all the garbage out there. Focus on the quality, 3, 2, or even 1 ticker. Get really good in this. Understand the premiums. Understand how the stock is moving. Understand its volatility. Understand its news, upcoming events. Like really go not 1 mile wide, go 1 mile deep. Number 12 builds a little bit on that. Learn the pivot points. For example, 200 in Tesla. Always good pivot points are also, those very straight numbers, right? So for example, if Tesla 250, 220, 200, Nvidia 120, 190, right? So this kind of numbers, once you will understand those because you will see them, this bounce always there, there's always this resistance, and once it's overcome, it's go higher. So, but you don't need the chart for that. You can like my watch list looks like that. And as you can see, I have the stock. And then I have all the options that I'm watching for the stock. And then I understand, okay, for this option to be this amount, it's 3x from here, the stock need to do this and this and this. That the stock need to reach in the 5 next days this amount, right? So easy. Number 13, markets can go extreme. Okay, markets is like a rubber band. A rubber band can go very, very, very stretched, and then if you release it, it snaps back. Same with stocks. Okay, so for example, Tesla can go in very, very short time from 200 to 300 for an event, like for example, a Tesla robotaxi maybe, and then it can snap back to 250. Okay, or it can even higher and snap back. Okay, so I also like to trade extremes. Sometimes, I feel like reactions on something can be quite too less, too much, right? So this is something to learn as well, that everything can snap back and you have extremes. Like there's a news on the stock and the stock can go up 5%. It can also go up another 5% on the same news the next day, the next day, the next day, the next day. It can go 30% up within like 5 days. And then it can snap back, and it will snap back because it will just get overbought. But even the call or the bullish side is always stronger than the lower side. If you look into the history of the stock market, you see that actually the market goes much, much higher over most of the times. Okay, we have much more bull markets that we have, bear markets, because it's easier to buy a stock than to short a stock. So make sure to understand that as well. Number 14, sometimes you need to wait. There was countless opportunities, and I just waited one more day, and there was a better opportunity. Sometimes I wanted to sell too early, or I sold too early, and it went 10, 20, 30% up. So sometimes you just have to wait for a better opportunity, for a little bit more gain. Focus really on, your risk reward, so you know when to exit a trade. But you will be, with these rules, you will be mostly right and wrong. So I think that this is something to really, really consider. Sometimes you just have to wait, and a better opportunity comes around the corner. Number 15, and this is also what I said in the beginning, I sticked and improved and elevated what worked and removed what didn't work. Okay, what didn't work for me was a stop loss. It didn't work for me was scalping or zero ODTs. It's just like very, very hard, very high risk, very lucky trading. While you can really understand the market, how stocks moves, premiums of stock options, and then you can become an excellent trader and don't have to worry about money at any point of time in your life. Number 16, and this is where I will leave you, a bad trade and a negative trade is the worst that can happen to you, okay? Because you will feel bad. You will think about that you took a bad, really bad opportunity. It was maybe a midi-core opportunity, or maybe it was a very high conviction one, but poorly executed on timing. And maybe you will revenge trade, and you will just it will be a catastrophic event. Even when it's happened like 1 of 10 trades, really, biting my ego and, is not feeling great, because you always want to steadily improve, but it's part of the game. I think it's important to make sure to have the net green. So if you lose one minus 20% trade, make sure that you have 2 trades that are 20%, okay? So net, in the end of the day, once you close all the trades, it matters what happens in the end. Sometimes you have you go into 3 trades, or you have 3 trades running, and your profit and loss is $500, and it was minus 200. It's okay to close all the trades. Even when you think this trade can go higher, this can go lower, just close it. You are green, call it a day, right? So important to really focus on high quality trades. And you will learn how to do that in my free day trading school. The link into the description is on school.com, X10 Day Trading School. And I really looking forward to have you there as a free member. And if you don't want to learn about day trading, just go straight to profits, x10daytrading.com. You can schedule a call with my team, and then you can become part of my paid group where you use our software and you get all the trades all automatically to get the results like I showed you in the beginning. So looking forward to the next video. Leave a like, leave a comment. What is your problem in your trading journey? And make sure to follow me for much more of this kind of content. And let me know, do you like this kind of long-term content about day trading and the ins and outs and everything? Let me know and I will do more of that. Before we go in all the rules, I want to show you what I'm actually trading. So I'm trading stock options. Stock options are actually financial instruments that are option to buy a stock at a certain price. Let's say we have the 120 call option on Nvidia expiring on Friday. We buy it by Monday. Okay, we buy it for $2. Nvidia is just at 119. Okay, so we are if by Friday nothing changes, our option expires worthless. Okay, but if Nvidia will be at 125 in those 5 days, then we can technically buy Nvidia from this person for 120 and the stock is worth 125. That's why your option on Friday will show $5 worth. Okay, you bought it for 2, it's worth 5, great profit. You can sell it anytime, you can buy it anytime. It's an open market, but this is what I'm doing, okay? And how I know if by Friday Nvidia gains $5, okay? Why I don't need the chart for that? Okay, because it's like numbers, simple math, right? Okay, 125, okay, $5, then my option more than doubles, right? My risk is $2 and my gain would be $3 in profits, right? So more than double, great, right? Now on Monday there's news for Nvidia. Big news, okay. And I know also that Nvidia is a very volatile stock, right? So this is the trading style that I'm looking for. I'm looking for realistic stock options. I'm looking, can the stock go in this period of expiry a certain number of dollars up or down, and what my risk reward is then, and make sure to have enough time and the catalyst for that move need to be there. And don't worry, there's news about thousands of stocks every single day. You will have opportunities every single day. This is how I achieve these results. And now let's go into the rules.